Travel west from Midtown Manhattan through the Lincoln Tunnel to the Jersey side. It's MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. First carry now for the former Badger Jonathan Taylor. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Tight end going in motion here. They go right back to Taylor.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
Three plays in and a test. It's 3rd and 2. They're going to motion the tight end over here. He gets this one complete to Pittman. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
The motion man here is Woods. That's complete. It's Adonai Mitchell. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Well, there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad. Allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big gain.
1st and 10. Out of shotgun, Richardson. That's to the left side and taken in by Downs. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, Richardson. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's 3rd down. They'll let Richardson run this himself.
And a nice job there defensively on 3rd down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the 1st down.
Matt Gay on now for the Colts field goal try. The spot is at their own 49, making this a 61-yard attempt. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. So, on 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A throw on the first, and that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone, and that is a safety. Well, that's certainly a way to break a 0-0 ball game. A safety, 1st points on the board, and the lead is now the bizarre score of 2-0.
Well, Mike, I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. I mean, for a safety to be the 1st points of a ball game is pretty uncommon, but a great job there by the defense, capitalizing on the field position and coming away with the 2.
In motion comes Pittman. Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Downs goes in motion. On 2nd down, Richardson. Toward the sideline, taken in by Pittman.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Here now, 3rd and 5. In motion comes Pittman. From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Rodgers. He'll get it into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
First down for Aaron. He's got the hookup to Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A give. Here's Hall. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll go again with Hall. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Out of the pistol, Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and that'll set up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
2nd down and 3. Richardson going to get it quickly out to downs. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Downs goes in motion. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Going over the middle and taken in by Pittman. down to the 10. And he will go all the way. Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Colts. It's his third touchdown on the year. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he'll manage to get to the 33. That's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle. Second and 7. Another run here with Hall. And he's going to get it. 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line. They put Wilson in motion. A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. That's quickly out to Williams. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. It's the Colts out to the early lead. More from MetLife Stadium after this. Here's a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That's into the hands of Moore. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Richardson. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they're going to move this one all the way up near the 30-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. In motion comes Pittman. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet. But I can promise you, they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
Looks like a design run here with Richardson. And that will get him back on schedule. Good pickup of 7, sets up 3rd and 3.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Richardson under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
And I think after that last sack, we're going to see a little bit of a change in strategy by the offensive coordinator. He decided to go empty. There's no one in the backfield to help with the offensive line, pick up blitzes, and even if you have some opportunities downfield, you got to protect the quarterback first.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. That's to the running back, Breece Hall.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Third and 9. Gesicki, the man in motion. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. Third down and 9. Gesicki, the man in motion. On third down, Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On comes Thomas Morstead as he's on to punt for the Jets. Fair catch made here, and the drive will start at the 23-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Downs goes in motion. A second down throw for Richardson. And downfield, it is Downs with the catch. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
Everyone notices the big play after the catch, Mike, right? That's the easy part, but don't take for granted or overlook how important ball placement is. Being able to hit your target in stride is the difference between a nice completion or a big chunk play like they had here. It allows them to turn into a runner faster, take advantage of that green grass, and big plays typically lead to points.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Downs goes in motion. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is 3rd and 10. The motion man here is Woods. taking off. He'll try to get. He is in. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. A return now from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. That's to the right side and incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Downs goes in motion. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. A hit, and he has lost the football. The Jets have got it.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamental. Taught to carry the ball, and they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and
remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. Here's 2nd and 6. Richardson will give it to Taylor. It's a good pickup on 2nd down, but there is a flag down, and this one might not stand up. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
Third and long. Now Richardson. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. First and 10. Here's Hall. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
I just don't love the look of this offense so far in this game, Mike. I mean, this first half, they've been flat. They've been lethargic. There hasn't been a lot of urgency, and we saw it again on this last play. Simple handoff, no gain, same story.
Second down, Rodgers. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Williams, the one he was looking for. Now it's going to be third down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
It is third and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. He's got Gesicki open down the field. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
He may have trusted his arm strength a little bit too much on that throw. Two defenders in the area. Work to your check down. Work to an open receiver. I think in this case, he forces that ball, and ultimately, he's lucky he got away with it.
To the air once more, it's Rodgers. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's A-Rob. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
And that one just short of the crossbar. Couldn't quite get there. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Man in motion, heading left. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. They pick up 17 through the air. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the 2nd quarter.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be taken down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Halftime is looming, but a chance to build on that already sizable lead right here. 1st and goal. From the gun, Richardson. This one caught at the 4. And he'll take it on in. Jelani Woods. Touchdown, Indy. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Rodgers here on second down. That one knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over them.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Rodgers. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. Again, it's Rodgers. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson. Jets are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. Second and 7. Rodgers going up top again. That's complete to the rookie's 2nd-round pick.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate, but also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time?
The Colts will signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. He's going to take a shot down the field. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. They need to say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Colts are on top. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the handoff, it's Hall running right. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. That's right side and brought in by Williams. Second down and 3. A tight end in motion now. On the run, here's Hall. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Gesicki, the man in motion. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. To throw is Rock, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
On comes the punt team now for the Jets, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Oh, look at this. It's a fake. And this will wind up incomplete. Quite a call there. They go for the fake punt, but instead they're going to wind up turning the ball over on downs.
So it's obvious during the course of the week in practice, studying the film, they thought there was an advantage they could take with their punt unit coming on the field and picking up a 4th down fake. But the execution just wasn't there. So again, you go back to the drawing board and you say, okay, am I better off having my punter attempt that pass and catch the defense off guard, or just keep my offense on the field?
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Downs goes in motion. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. It's 2nd down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Putting the tight end in motion. Richardson operating from the pistol. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Third and long. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Might be wise for this quarterback to try somebody else in coverage here, Mike. This guy's known for being a savvy playmaker once the ball's in the air, and he showed why by swatting that ball away, and he's going to pick up a PBU on the stat sheet.
Matt Gay on now for the Colts field goal try. They'll put this one down at midfield. Here comes a 60-yard attempt. His kick is good. From 60 yards out, he's got the leg to knock it through.
And you talk about having confidence in your kicker, Mike. I mean, to send him out there to kick from midfield, and what does he do? He repays you with that confidence with a 60-yard field goal. I mean, that was something else.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They give to Hall. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Second down, Rodgers. That's to his big tight end, Gesicki. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
A first down throw from Rodgers. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
From the gun, Rodgers. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that second foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
That's quickly out to Williams. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Second down and 8. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. That is caught by the tight end, Mike Gesicki. Touchdown, Jets.
Well, after being shut out in the first half, it has to feel good for this offense, Mike, to just get on the board, get something going. But now the question we have to ask is there enough time to come all the way back?
Yeah, just some belief, right, Greg? Just let's watch these guys on the next few drives. Did that give them a little belief that they can stay in this game? Best way to start with that score. The PAT, up and good. And the Jets are able to cut into the deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Downs goes in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
This is a great example of the game within the game. They're making what they call Mike declaration, and that's what sets the responsibilities of all the protectors. And in this case, the Mike was the one who came, and he's unblocked, and he's able to get home.
On 2nd down, Richardson. A throw on the move is caught.
So often, sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. They'll let Richardson run this himself. Trying to drive his way forward. I think he is short, and he is. That means 4th down coming up. The Colts about set to punt. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hall. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. Here's Hall from the pistol. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On now comes the punt team for the Jets. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. A 2nd down throw for Richardson. That's the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Downs goes in motion. From the gun, Richardson. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Gesicki, the man in motion. A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's a throw that's going to make them cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. But it was anything but this time around.
Gesicki, the man in motion. Out of the pistol, Rodgers to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. Two incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. They put Wilson in motion. On 3rd down, Rodgers. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The offense is able to land a big blow there, and I think what happened defensively, Mike, is just everyone was not on the same page. And when you do that at this level, the good offenses, they're going to make you pay for it. They've got to clean up those mistakes, make the offense have to earn everything they get.
Again, it's Rodgers. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
They put Wilson in motion. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their second. They'll try the right side with Hall. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Zaire Franklin that time, there for the tackle. Here's 3rd and 7. Rodgers. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. And he will finally be taken down inside the 10-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal. They put Wilson in motion. They'll run. It's Hall. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Williams in motion. 3rd and goal for Aaron Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Breece Hall, the intended receiver. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Anthony Gould now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Richardson. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
In motion comes Pittman. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Downs goes in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. Trying the left side and caught by Pittman.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
3rd and 6. Richardson. He gets this complete to Mitchell. And he will score. And Mitchell. Touchdown, Colts. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On play action, Rodgers. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame. When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Now Rodgers. Open man, left side. He's got it. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Rodgers going up top again. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Throwing, Rodgers. There's that man again. Another catch. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
They put Wilson in motion. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Whoa! And he's going to have a Jets first down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
First and 10 now from the 36. Gesicki, the man in motion. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Williams in motion. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. From the gun, Rodgers. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game. And I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th down. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to have the Jets 1st down. They convert in style. Huge play on 4th and long.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive.
To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, New York. Well, Greg, really down to the point where every possession they need to score, and they get a touchdown here to stay alive.
Mike, I like what I'm seeing out of this team. They find themselves down big late, but there's no quit. They're continuing to fight back, and they got a chance to make this one a 2-possession game here late.
Following the touchdown, the Jets have Rodgers ready to go for 2. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll give up the middle with Hall. And he gets in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. We'll come back here. Within a couple of scores now, it's a 15-point game. So down 2 scores, they're going to roll the dice here with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Here's 1st and 10. In motion comes Pittman. On 1st down, it's Richardson. Open man downfield, it's Pittman. A big play to kick off this drive. 32 yards.
They certainly wasted no time trying to take advantage of that great field position, and I love it. So often we see teams either in sudden change or when they have a shorter field to go, they want to strike early. There is such a correlation in the NFL, Mike, between explosive plays and your ability to end drives with points.
Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. He pulls it in around the 5. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Downs goes in motion. And he's in. Josh Downs. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. A first down throw from Rodgers. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
They put Wilson in motion. Rodgers here on second down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
The Colts will signal for their 3rd and final timeout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. And this will be incomplete.
These are game-changing opportunities, Mike, and at this level, when you have a wide receiver that open downfield, you've got to connect, and in this case, he just flat-out missed them, and we're talking about a massive play had they connected, but instead, that's a mistake he's going to wish he had back.
Again, it's Rodgers. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and That's what happens.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Taken in by Gesicki. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. It is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. Rodgers to throw. And this one is picked off. It's Juju Brents. And the Colts are going to take over here up near the 40.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Now a give running left with Taylor. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They go right back to Taylor. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Down to a knee here. The defense still has a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they're going to use them.